Why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrite black people. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucker that talk like them rappers.
Now, he say some weird stuff every now and again. Charleston may get on here and say something real crazy and something crazy. But majority of what he be saying is the realest stuff you'll ever hear. If you just get through some of that stuff he say that's kind of off-colored, the realest, most accurate, most authentic thing you'll ever hear about the black community, ever. Nobody would ever say the stuff Charleston say.
Hey, you must never talk to me, bro. You must never talk to me. He got a bigger platform, but trust me, I say the things that he says and have been for years and been losing friends for it. But I digress.
Ever. And I don't have no street credit to say what he be saying. I ain't never did no time in prison. I ain't never did none of that. Charleston got enough street credit to be saying the stuff that he's saying, and he in the hood. And so I want you to listen to this because I want you to send this to every black person you know that be crying about social justice and be mad at Brandon Tatum for what I'm saying, calling me Uncle Tom Coon, sellout, bootlicker.
Yeah.
For the things I'm saying.
Yep.
Agree with what I'm saying, but then mad because I'm saying it in front of white people.
Yep.
Send this clip.
We supposed to say this in private talks. We're not supposed to say this in front of them. The white man gonna use this against us. We gotta be quiet. We can't say this around them. We gotta do this at the church. And in the meeting after the church. After we finish eating our greens and hog maw.
And ask them, do you disagree with anything Charleston say? Anything. Roll the clip.
See, this is the thing, Charleston. Like, I think everything that you're saying.
And Cam Newton is the guy that's interviewing him. If you don't know who Cam Newton is, he lost the Super Bowl when he didn't get that fumble.
Yeah, and what Charleston White is about to say, he's about to light it on fire. Much love to him.
Tremendous football player, one of the greatest. I think he's one of the greatest athletes to ever play quarterback. But he's doing the interviews right now. He got his little podcast set up where he's doing this. He dress. He annoys the living daylights out of me. But regardless of that, I have respect for him.
16, 19.
To it. It's just the delivery. Standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kids and say we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. Mm-hmm. They wasn't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no shit. I'm gonna put my finger in your butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from, and that's on the radio.
That's Drake.
Girls on girls. That's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we drive to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. They really, that nigga Thug said, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that mama. And y'all worried about my delivery?
Tuka is pretty much them saying that they're smoking, they are smoking the ashes of a person that they killed. Tuka is an actual person that got killed, and they're saying we're smoking on Tuka. So and all of our friends are smoking him right now and laughing about what we did. We're passing it around. Here's some Tuka for you. Let's go ahead. And that's what they do. So we smoking on Tuka.
These are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black and them talking about booty. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrite black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up in my delivery.
That's facts. That's facts.
God
1000%.
dang. We still got a whole minute left. God dang. Do anybody disagree with what Charleston said thus far? I already know the answer is no.
Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't trip about my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going to the Supreme Court changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucker that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention, checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We f***ed up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases are teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the f*** talking about these kids can't read? Come on, my nigga.
Now, you know, the whole interview was crazy. I saw a whole bunch of other stuff that he was saying. And Cam Newton, you know, he was a little upset about some things that Charleston had said, but it's real. I feel the same way he feels, because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing black people get on television, get on podcasts, and they complaining about white people. They talking about police. And they saying we ain't got no chances in this world. We got to work harder than white people. And I remember growing up in Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas, where he grew up at. I remember growing up in Texas. I remember being on Ramey. I remember my cousin used to live the street across from Lil John. And I remember Lil John had a gang on the street that you couldn't wear certain colors on that street, or you might get killed or something. You know, I remember back then when we thought gangbanging was cool. My cousin them jumped us in 5 Deuce Hoover Crip when I was young, and we thought it was cool. They jumped us in right on the couch. Had a blue flag in his hand, yellow flag in his hand. They beat me and my brother up. And of course they didn't hit us in the face because we kids and we their cousins. So they didn't fully jump us in like we were in a real gang. You had to fight back. But we got jumped and we thought it was cool. Ain't not one time we worried about white people when I was growing up. You heard rumors of white folks don't like, but when you grow up at, the person that's like you is another brother. I remember I went, and I could talk about this for like 3 hours. I remember I went to Crowley High School. My daddy got promoted on this job. We moved from Forest Hill to Crowley. And Crowley is a white neighborhood, middle class white neighborhood. So we moved to Crowley. We started going to Crowley High School, Crowley Middle School, Crowley High School, majority white. The middle school was clean. We did powerlifting in middle school. They taught us how to lift weights in 7th grade. We competitively lift weights in 8th grade. You get to the high school, the classrooms are clean, new books, desks. They had a study hall that after school, before you go home, you had a study hall where you can get tutoring at. This is a public school. We had a weight room. We had a gym.
I didn't see schools like that until I was doing 21 years old. I was in school trying to be an electrician, and we used to have to go to these schools and wire them up for whatever they was being wired up for, changing out their whole electrical panel. And I started to notice that in these schools, they had computers in every classroom, and the schools were extremely clean and everything. And I've never seen that ever. You know, I didn't have my father in the house. I didn't have my mom in the house. My guardian was doing the best she could, and my big brothers, you know, they was doing what they could as well. But we were all in it together, trying to survive and get ourselves up out of there. But no, we didn't have to worry about white people in our community. But we're taught that white people are the problem. We're always taught that white people are the problem. Period. Before you even meet a white person, white people are the problem. They out there. They the boogeyman. They're going to get you. The reason why your dad is on drugs is because of the white man, because the white man put the drugs here during the Reagan administration. And I'm like, but was the white man the same that cooked it up into some and sold it to my father? Was that the white man? Did the white man take the cane that was sent over here and dropped in our neighborhood and mix it with some baking soda and some ice and turn it into rock, bag it up and sell it to my father and get him hooked up on it? Nah, it wasn't. So miss me with all that. But those are the same people that we celebrate on a day-to-day basis. I love my family members, and I do realize that some bad things have happened to us by way of those with power. Were they white? Yes. Were some of them black? Yes. They was in the boardrooms. They were in the meetings as well. and they allow certain things to happen in certain communities. I get that. But ain't nowhere in the world you're not going to hand my kids no crack. And they're going to say, I guess I got to smoke it now because you handed me some. No, because they have a father in their life. They have somebody who went through the same thing, who duck and dodge drugs all the time, who duck and dodge gangs all the time, unless I wanted to be a part of it. I was trained and I was raised in those same type of environments against some of the baddest people in DC. But at the end of the day, I had to make a decision for myself. So instead of getting out on the block and selling drugs, I got out on the block and pumped people gas at the gas station. Huh? All of my friends well, not my friends, but some of my people in the neighborhood, because in our neighborhoods it's congested. It's nothing but apartment buildings with thousands of people in a short block. All of them whose parents had cars and everything, they saw me out there right after school sometimes, pumping gas, smelling like gas, and still trying to talk to girls. They'll see me and my guardian going to the daggone thrift store all the time. I did not have any clothes that had original, tags on them out of stores. The clothes that I wore had had a little little cardboard. I mean, a little paper, little pink and blue paper that you cut in order to do projects. Y'all know what it is. I'm having a brain fart right now. And they'll write like 69 cent on it, 55 cent on it, and then they'll staple it to the shirts. That's what I wore. And I'm sure a lot of you have too. So, but I used to always want to be popular. I wanted to be a star. I was the person that danced at all of the talent shows or sung at all the talent shows. And I was cute, and I had the gift of gab, and I will always want to be around girls, but I also wanted to fight all the time. And I just wanted to be active. I loved the hood life. And most people in the hood love the hood life. I don't care how much they try to sell it to you that they hate this and we can't wait to get out. It's so horrible. Yes, it's horrible, but most people who live in the hood love the hood life. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. They love it because it's always live, it's always active, it's always something going on, something happening, and you always feel like the danger is close, but it's not too close where you can be a victim. But we'll victimize somebody at the drop of a dime. Take whatever we want to take because it's just a part of the environment. When me and my brothers went swimming, we had to get we knew that the likelihood of us getting jumped going to somebody else's neighborhood who didn't like our neighborhood, we knew the likelihood of us getting having to get in a fight in order to make it back to our neighborhood was going to be some type of way. But guess what? We still had go-go's where it was nothing but young people that like to fight and like to shoot and all that other stuff. And it'd be outside go-go's. Ain't nobody checking nobody for nothing. And guess what? Me and my friends, we were still in the middle, elbowing people, trying to be active. We loved it. The only people that didn't love it was the ones who were sheep. The ones who were wolves, we loved it. So miss me with all that. But at the end of the day, we have decisions that we have to make. And I made mine young. I decided that drugs and guns weren't for me. Although in 7th or 8th grade or 7th and 8th grade, I had a little deuce that I found I found in somebody's car. And I used to carry that with me and leave it outside. And so you did what you did. You did what you had to do, but you also did what you wanted to do. So at the end of the day, man, there's a whole bunch of excuses and whatnot, and we support the wrong things all the time. Charleston White is on point in this right here.